thought I'd show you a little bit of that real quick. Hello, adventure seekers, or adventure lovers, I should say. It's Leo here. See, I wouldn't lie to you. It's really me. I've got an adventure and a half for you guys today. I'm down here at a little place called Burnwell Beach. And I've camped here before. I camped right there, as a matter of fact, where that log is once. The snow's gone. We had some snow. We had about 8 inches, 10 inches in spots, something like that. Had a great time in the snow. The snow's gone. Got a little bit of rain. River's up just a hair, a couple feet. So, and it's projected to come up a couple more. So I'm going to hang back just a little bit. And instead of setting up down here, I'm going to set up back here. It's not really the best day for camping. Well, I guess in a way it is. It's the day you've got. You know, you can go camping. That makes it a good day, right? But anyway, it's about 40 right now. That's our projected high for today, is about 40 degrees. And we're expecting somewhere right around 30, 32 tonight. You know, just right at freezing, maybe a hair below. Well, guys, I got my shelter up. And we are officially in kicked back mode. Looking pretty good so far, huh? Got my stuff stained. What do you think? Don't look half bad, does it? I'm getting mud in it. That sandy, wet sand. You can't really help it. I went and put my lights in there and got my air bed blown up and got it all ready to go for later. Still got to mount my heating system. Got to deal with lights at some point, which I got that one up and one in there. I'd probably do it, really. But anyway, I've got more. I've got a whole box of my travel bag for the videoing, the camera equipment and stuff. It has grown exponentially over the last year. You would think it, I've always assumed, YouTubers, they just have a camera. No. There's batteries and chargers and different kinds of stands and mounts, and you got the chest rig and the little tripod stand, and yeah. Like I said, I just kind of got it just relaxing right now. It's still fairly early in the afternoon. I'll switch over to kitchen mode in a little while and fix some dinner and, just goof off, play a little bit, have some fun, have a good time. And after that, when it gets good and dark, I've got my diesel heater with me. So it just mounts right here on the side of the truck. I made me 2 little mounts that you just take the 1 bolt. It's really easy to put on. You just take this 1 bolt right here loose, slide the 2 braces underneath. It's got hooks, and you just hang the diesel heater right there. Vent tube goes right through that hole right there, and you can adjust it, and all that good stuff from inside, and it works really good. I've had it down. I've used it in single digits, near zero. Not quite 0, but definitely had it down 7, 8, 9 degrees, somewhere in that ballpark, and just snug as a bug, just as comfortable as, being at home in your own bed. That sounds pretty good, don't it? Just not worry about anything at all, and just kind of hang out in your little blanket fort in the woods by the river. How cool is that, man? Like being a big kid. It's exactly like being a big kid. Never grow up, guys. Never grow up, ever. All you young people out there, y'all watching, you hear this stuff, you got your whole life ahead of you. You probably heard that before, and you'll probably hear it again. Don't buy that, man. Don't buy that. Go do what you want to do. Go live your life. Be, do, see. You know what I mean? You do have your whole life ahead of you, but realistically speaking, you don't know if it's 80 years or 80 seconds. Go hunt. Well, it's about 4 o'clock, and to tell you the truth, I'm starting to get pretty hungry. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and start some dinner. I think y'all gonna like this. Hang on, let me get my stuff going here. There we go. Maybe not that much. Just a little bit for me. Tiny bit. Just a little bit of vegetable oil just to get it going. Not really the best thing for you, I suppose. Just a tiny bit, just to kind of get the ball rolling. And got me some necks ready. I brought me a couple of nice big pork steaks. One and two. Get that closed up. One. And I brought me some baby portobellos. I'm gonna split those in half and shake them too and fix them too. So we should have a really good dinner here in a little while. Got my seasoning, salt and pepper and all kinds of stuff. Heather got me that for Christmas. Ran off and left. Forgot to bring a plate and a fork and a knife. I picked up a pack of, just disposable. Not bad for camp dinner, huh? Beats hot dogs. It's old school standby. Hot dogs and burgers, I figured I'd make something. I like to make something different, I figure if you're gonna come out here and you're gonna do this kind of stuff, you may as well try to make something good. Looking like dinner now, ain't it? Crispy little bites here and there. Looking good. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. That's better. When movie time rolls around, we're ready. We're ready. We got chocolate donuts. We got Pringles. We got Raisinets. I got some Whoppers. I'm ready for a full-on night at the movies. Not a bad setup, huh? Had to close my door a little bit. Not a whole lot of wind, but there was enough of a breeze that you could see it, kind of blowing underneath the pan. And, like blowing all my heat out. So, figured I'd just zip that up for now and just completely kill out the wind inside here. Till dinner's done, I don't really care. I'll have it back open when I have me a fire a little bit. Not quite dark yet. Let's see. What time is it anyway? 4:37. Heather said, I hope you're having fun. Got one bar here. We can't make phone calls, but I can send texts, and that's about it. What y'all think? Check out the mushrooms. Oh, crispy. Look at that. You hear that? Hang on. Crunching all it wants to, ain't it? Melted. Check this out. Melted several forks. Trying to get them turned. Oh well. I ran off and left my fork. But oh well. At least I had my pocket knife and thought and stopped to grab some paper plates and plastic forks. It's dinner time. Oh, that feels so good. It really does. Alright, here we go. Crispy mushroom piece. That'll work. That will most certainly work. Look how crispy. One more pop. It's cool, isn't it? Little compartments, and you can just open whichever one you want. It's got salt and pepper and garlic and cayenne, paprika, all kinds of stuff in there. We just want a little salt though. Possibly some pepper. Okay. I won't bore y'all to death. Man, that is comfortable. I'm not used to this. This is very, very, very luxurious camping by my standards. This is just plain cool. I see why people, like I said, I see why this sort of thing is becoming a lot more popular these days. You know, you don't have to buy a big fancy camper or, you know, RV, something like that. If you're willing to, you know, make up a little bit of stuff as you go, you know, you can be pretty creative. Looks good, don't it? They say you're not camping until you have a campfire. Well, I guess we're camping now, ain't we? Not the biggest, but it's certainly warm enough. I can feel the heat coming off of it. Found, I got a Duraflame log in the bottom, and I found a couple blocks of wood from laying over here, a good sized piece. It's almost dark. You can see it's getting dark quick on me, ain't it? Won't be long now. But here in a minute, I guess I need to get my lights lined out first, and then get my heater mounted and hook up my projector and watch some movies. But to be honest, for right now, I am just really enjoying just kind of hanging out by the fire. That one there, it's a wood burning barbecue grill, and it's got a little top, flips up on it to go over the top. But I really like it. It kind of gets you around a lot of places. You're not allowed to have an open flame, open fire. That is not an open fire. That is a barbecue grill. It just happens to be a wood burning barbecue grill. The only difference. But yeah, this is really nice. This is really cool. Just to kind of get out and do stuff like this. It's fun. A little bit of adventure in your life, Like I said, I could just as easily be sitting around the house tonight, watching TV on the internet, playing games or whatever. This is pretty hard to top, with TV. This is pretty hard to top. All right, I'm gonna kick back for a while, sip on my coffee, just enjoy, revel in the moment, that sort of thing. And here in a minute I'll move on to the next step. What do you think? Not too bad, huh? As long as you got the lights off, it works really good. I've got my, hang on. Let me turn some light on. Got my screen right there. You can't see anything. You can't see it at all with the light on, but I've got my little projector set up here, tablet, and a little power supply to run the projector. Yeah, check it out. Let me get rid of the light. Not bad, huh? Kind of like a movie theater. I had to turn it down. I'm trying to be careful. The last time I did this, oh yeah, I got my little buddy heater going too by my feet. Why not, right? Why not? But yeah, I got my snacks and coffee, hot coffee, and chips and cookies and Raisinets, and yeah, we're ready for a night at the theater, y'all. But yeah, that works pretty good. I like that. That's about the right distance. It needs to be a little bit further, really, but it fits in the screen pretty good. Not bad, huh? Not too shabby at all. Nice and clear. I kind of figured it would be, you know, much worse than that. But no, that is cool, man. I got a 60-inch big screen TV, y'all. But I figured I'd better go ahead and get my heat lined out, get it mounted, and get it ready for later. I can just close the gate back down and, you know, start the movie back up when I get done. It's right there. Just, you know, hit play. Not a big deal. Close the gate and hit play. But this right here, I've shown this before. It's called a knock it over and spill diesel fuel everywhere. That's what it's called. It's called an H calorie diesel heater, and you can get them in several different kinds. This one's 5 kilowatt, and it's basically, it's travel, you know, kind of a suitcase kind of thing. All the little pieces you need to put it together, there's only a few, but they all go inside here. And I made these. I made those to hang it with. All you do is, just 2 tools is all it takes. Loosen this bolt, slip those underneath there, and tighten the bolt back down. Hang the heater out here and hook it up. Simple as that. So I've got her all fueled up and ready to go. But check out my lantern. How cool is that? Little fire maple lantern. I love that thing, man. That's adorable. It is really cute. Nice little ambiance. Or ambiance. How do you say ambiance? Look what I'm working with over here. Got my bed all set up, my little bedroom. Got my lights on. Got my cable ran. You can see where my goes up to my battery. I got him in a little cubby hole back in there, so I don't knock the connectors off. The heater, once it gets going, once it gets hot, it doesn't like the power to be shut down. You can damage it. It's possible, not theoretically. You know, it's not likely, but theoretically it's possible. So, you know, I put it back under there where it can't get knocked loose. But that's what it looks like, you know, installed. That's the two little straps I showed you. You can see I take the one bolt loose and put little slides underneath there, tighten it back down, and just hang it right on the hooks. And that's what it looks like installed. And it takes about 10 minutes to do it, something like that. It's not long at all. It took me about 10 minutes to set it up. But that's the air intake for the combustion chamber, and this is where the warm air comes in. Cold air comes in here, goes through the chamber, through the pipe, and inside. The air for the heating system, for the burner, basically, this is the intake for the burner, and that one is the exhaust for the burner. All this is just warm air. This blower here is just warm air, is all that is. I just saw a little snowflake just then. But yeah, looks good, don't it? cute little setup. I like this. It's a good spot. You know, I'll come down here some in the summertime. This little place, like I said, it's called Burnwell Beach. And I've camped here once before. When I first got the camper shell, I came down here when I first got it and camped right down here. But it's a really good fishing spot. There's really deep spot right here that goes up the river, and from here down goes down the river for about 500 yards or so is shallows, rapids, rocks, you know, that kind of thing. Some really good bass water. And all this from here up is deeper water. It's really good for like catfish and carp and, you know, stuff like that. There's some really big catfish and carp here in the Tug River is the name of it. It's called the Tug River. Separates West Virginia and Kentucky. But I think I caught, what, 9? Gots to have hot coffee. This is non-negotiable. It looks like it's steaming already. Check this out. Yeah. It's a little bit cool. But yeah, I like this, man. Nice little, sweet little setup. Got me a pull out. That was an old, I'm not even sure what it went to. It was at the house when we bought the house. And I started to throw it away 3 or 4 times and thought, no, sooner or later you'll find a use for that. Here we are. Works really well. Fits right in there. But yeah, this is nice. And it's keeping the dew off and the rain. Like I said, it's probably rained 6 or 7 times since I've been here. Nothing hard, but you know, a drizzle for 20-30 minutes at a time, something like that, and then, you know, kind of pass on. But really nice though. It's a little cool, you know, 35ish right about now. Something. I'm about ready to fire up my heat for the night and let my little camper start warming up. So I always get nervous at this part right here. Will it or won't it? I mean, it's always worked every time, but start heating. Oh, what do you think? Looks pretty cozy, don't it? And I figure it's about like, you know, one of those Japanese capsules things you see on TV where they, you know, take naps and junk, or, you know, a condo in New York. Just kidding, New Yorkers. I love y'all too. Alright. Now, we're in, obviously, duh. But remember I said that it takes a little bit of a contortionist kind of thing to get undressed and get into bed in here. If I had a little bit, if this thing was, you know, one of the extended tops, it would be much better, but it ain't. So well, I thought I would just share this with you guys, you know, yeah, I've done this a couple times sitting here. It's interesting. All right. Let's see that. Close my door. There's a bug out here. All right. Now, this. Okay. Move my light. You with me so far? Now you move up here and And so you can't sit straight up. Okay. But yeah, if any, like I said earlier, any of you camper dealers, you know, looking for a really nice hillbilly to sponsor, you know, I'm just saying, you know, I'm right here. You know, okay, I'm right here. New Hicey boots coming off. There's one. Those are really good looking boots, aren't they? I like those, man. They look really sharp. Feel good too. They do fit good. In the morning you have to do all of this backwards. That way you do this, you know, get everything all laid out. You know, your clothes will be nice and warm in the morning, in theory. And, you know, if you sit up, well, if you sort of sit up, your feet aren't, you know, directly on, you know, a little bit more cushion between your feet and socks and that the metal truck bed. So, yeah, a little bit more cushion. But from there, it's where'd you go? I don't know if I can see y'all. My front camera's not on. Front's cranking. That is very comfortable. Not much of a view. You have a really good view right here. You got a real good view right there, and there, and there. Technically that way too. I think I'll sleep pretty good tonight. Well, much as I hate to do it, I guess I'm gonna have to call it a night. It's 1 a.m. I do believe I've squeezed just about all I can get out of this day. I do believe. This feels good. I'm gonna sleep really good tonight. I'm actually pretty tired. Been a long day, started early. Alright, I'll see y'all in the morning. I hope. Well, good morning. Looks like I survived the night, huh? Hang on. About 9 o'clock. About 31 outside. Yeah, it's not real warm out there. Just 1 degree below freezing, this much. But it's very warm in here. Matter of fact, anyway, about 12:30 last night, you know, had just turned everything off and, you know, got into bed ready to go sleep. I see headlights coming down through there, headed down toward the river. Hey buddy, hey, how y'all doing? We're gonna go down here and have a couple beers. You don't care if we go down here and have a couple beers, do you? If we, you know, we won't bother you, we'll be quiet. But no, man, it's a public place, man. You know, you can go anywhere you want. I don't own it, you know. Yeah, I said I'd be really careful. I wouldn't go down here. That's muddy. You know, I wouldn't get close to the river. It's really muddy. The water just went back down, and it's real slick, real muddy. I went down there and looked at it. Okay. And drive on down through there. About 10 minutes later, one of the guys comes back up and you got a tow chain? I'm sorry, man. I don't have one. I don't have any kind of, chains or straps or anything like that. About the only thing I got is some paracord. That's, for camping. I don't have anything like that. And so they were over there. There's a whole carload of them. There's about 8 people, 8 people, something like that. And they fiddled around with it for about 20 minutes. Putting rocks under the tires, that sort of thing. And they got him back out. It took them about 20 minutes, but they got it back out of there. They came back out and went back up through there and got out of here pretty quick. I think they might have been, evening done wrecked, that kind of thing. Well, I can see a little tiny bit of sunshine trying to burn through the clouds. Well, I guess it's about time to get dressed and get back out there. You got to do that outside, but they're on, right? They're on. Okay, all right, let's get to it. We're out, we're free. We're up, we're out. It's a beautiful day. The sun's out, and we're camping. Let's go see. Go see the carnage here. Wow. Oh my God, they almost went in the river. Wow. We were stuck, weren't we? Kind of sinking in it, just walking on it. You can see where it went down. My little stick, my little marker. It was, the little stick right there was right at the edge of the water, so it's went down a little bit. Pretty little spot. Well, we're getting ready to shut the heat down, and my buddy Bill, y'all remember last time I camped at Chancey's at Hatfield McCoy, or Hatfield Hideout in the Riverfront Campground in the snow? The guy that showed up and spoke for a minute or so, he just happened to be driving by here, and I asked him if he wanted to be on camera, and he said no. So
what's up?
Well, I wasn't expecting guests for dinner. There goes Bill, he's heading out. I wasn't expecting guests for dinner. Good girl. This is the dog that showed up. Remember I said I camped down here once before in the camper right after I first got it? I don't remember what it was I fixed down here, but I remember she showed up and had dinner with me. Didn't it? Didn't that girl? Yeah. Yes, you're a very friendly puppy. She lives nearby here somewhere. She's a very friendly girl, though. She came down the last time I was down here and just hung out. There's another dog with her, but it's timid. It's scared. It ran when I tried to give it a potato chip. You don't run from chips, oh, do you? You don't run from Pringles, do you, girl? Well, as much as I hate to say it, we're all packed up and got everything put away, ready to go. The video isn't quite over just yet, though. We've still yet got a couple stops I want to show y'all on the way. A couple really cool little Hatfield McCoy historic stops. I was kind of thinking, you know, some of these videos we do here nearby, camping trips, plan them for near Hatfield McCoy sites, and you can put some really cool historical stuff in your videos too. Okay, this right here is the first of 3 stops on the way back to the house. I was just camping literally about 1,000 yards right up here on the left, and I figured I'd hit these on the way back home, you know, show this to you guys. I've shown on the Legends and Locations page, we've shown this site once or twice. We've shown the hill up there. We've never shown all 3 together, I don't believe. But anyhow, for those of you familiar with the Hatfield McCoy Feud, where Rosanna and Johnsy, the ill-fated lovers, Randall McCoy's daughter Roseanne and Devalance Hatfield's son Johnsy, got together, and she gets pregnant, and she winds up coming to stay at Aunt Betty's house. In the old stories, right? Those of you familiar, you probably know what I'm talking about. Well, this is Aunt Betty's house. This is the actual house. It used to sit right over there, but you know, because of floods, they moved it. She comes over here, she has the baby, and like I said, the baby, it doesn't live long. It, you know, it passes away. And they bury the baby up here on this hill. Johnsy and Rosanna's baby is up those stairs right there. It's 152 stairs going up to that graveyard up there where the baby's at. So we'll be heading up there in just a minute. But there's also on the opposite side of Aunt Betty's house, you can see right here the stairs going up to the baby's grave. Right here on the other side of the house, you see the little road going back up there. That little road goes back and loops and circles back up here on this point to an old McCoy family graveyard. And that is where Aunt Betty and her husband, Uriah, are buried at. So we're going to swing by there too. Alright, I'm going to shut my camera down and climb the stairs. I don't guess y'all need to hear me huffing puffing. I'll see you guys at the top of the stairs. 152 of them. 149, 150, 151, 152. 152 tires straight up. I made a mistake. I really should have peeled these coveralls before I tackled them stairs. I'm a little bit warm, I ain't gonna lie. It's a little bit toasty right about now. About 40 degrees out here, but in here it's about 300. But this is the actual grave right here, and you can see the original stone there and the replacement that was put in later. This is Sarah Elizabeth. Well, I guess she's technically, since they didn't get married, she's a McCoy. But this is Johnsy and Rosanna's baby. There's one, an identical one to this at the bottom of the hill down there where I parked. And I'll just kind of hold it here, kind of go over it, and well, I don't guess I'll be able to. It's too Sarah Elizabeth Little Sally was the daughter of Rosanna McCoy and John C. Hatfield. She was born in the spring of 1881 and died when she was only 8 months old. There's a little bit of conjecture about that as well, too. In 1880, Rosanna met Johnsy at an election day celebration on Blackberry Creek. That was over at the Hog Trial Cabin. We've taken you over there as well, too, in Pike County, Kentucky. They slipped away from the crowd, and when they returned, the polling place was deserted. Fearful of her family's reaction, Rosanna went home with Johnsy to West Virginia. Devil Anse would not allow his son to wed the daughter of Randolph McCoy. Rosanna loved Johnsy and stayed with him in Devil Anse's home, but became discouraged because he was unfaithful. Disillusioned, she returned to her home in Kentucky, well, Aunt Betty's, to have Johnsy's baby. Her father rejected her and Rosanna and went on to live with her Aunt Betty. Okay, I thought that sounded strange. Wait a minute, he did not go on to live with her. Okay, all right. Went on to live with her at Aunt Betty's at Stringtown, Kentucky, where we are now. Sarah Elizabeth is buried on the hilltop under the pine trees above the Uriah McCoy house. Broken-hearted after the baby's death. Very tragic, you know? Well, so now I'm gonna head back down. There's several other McCoys here as well. But I just wanted to show you Rosanna's baby. It's right at the top of the stairs. If you go all the way to the top of the stairs, they'll lead you right to the grave where Rosanna sat. You know, this here is that little road that I just showed you from the other side of the house. You can see the house right there and barely see the steps going up the mountain on the other side of the house right there. This side, it's not too bad. It's paved all the way. It's a little broken here and there, but it's pretty good shape. Just thought I'd show you all the road, how you get up there. And like I said, this is a McCoy family cemetery. There's actually several of both. There's several Hatfield graveyards and several McCoy graveyards. And here they are. Guys, this is Betty Elizabeth Rutherford McCoy and Uriah McCoy, the son of Samuel McCoy and the grandson of William McCoy. Now, obviously, you know, he's a McCoy she married into the family, right? You know, Rutherford McCoy. She married into the family. When Roseanne came, you know, I can't go back home. I can't go to the Hatfields. I'm pregnant, you know, all that. I need a place to stay. The McCoys, these were McCoys too, you know, and there's a feud going on at the time, obviously, between Hatfields and McCoys, right? Now, Aunt Betty and Uriah, they had an option here. They had a choice. We can join the feud and we can go kill Hatfields, or we can go the other way. Now, I guess it's like it is today. It seems like the bad people outnumber the good people about 1,000,000 to 1, it seems like. Here's a couple of the good ones. But anyway, guys, I guess I need to end my little video and get on back home, I suppose. Oh, in case you're wondering, these here are the original stones right here. And later, after, well, you know, the Hatfield McCoys became famous later, you know, and revamped, and we're making movies about them, and where's Kevin Costner you know, that kind of thing. You know, Hatfield McCoy Feud became a little bit more famous, so to speak. They were famous back in the day for the feud, but, you know, kind of got revamped a little bit, so to speak. You know, became popular again in news and stories and movies and things like that. Uriah McCoy, 1824 to 1889. And Aunt Betty McCoy. It doesn't say Aunt, but we're going to do it anyway. Aunt Betty, 1826 to 1915. Thank you all for coming along. I hope you enjoyed the little trip. Hope you enjoyed the little video. And you guys have a really good day. And we will see you next time. Leo out.